Hello there. So today I'm going to use this new library called LangExtract to extract some terminologies for merger and acquisition. For example, what I will be building is I will be building a REST API endpoint where a news snippet can be sent, and using LangExtract we can extract, who is the acquirer, what is the target which is acquired, what is the deal size and all. So that's what we are going to do. And traditionally, we used to use NER, which is named entity recognition. But with these new systems and LLM cost being very inexpensive nowadays, it becomes pretty easy to use this. So this is what we are going to build, just to give a glance of what we will be trying to build. So just see this terminal. So what we will be doing is we will be sending a small snippet of text, which is National Grid to sell LNG terminal to Centrica Consortium in this much deal. It is going to give us, who is the acquirer, what is the amount, what is the target, and so on. So this is what it is going to give, and we will try to test it with both Gemini Flash as well as with GPT-4o Mini. So we'll try to do that again, because we will be using some very limited data. Maybe the results will not be good, but it's worthwhile to see how does this library performs. So let's get started. So here is how my setup looks like. So if you see, I have everything on dev container. So what I do is I install all the libraries using dev container. So we are going to use fast API, and we will also use LangExtract along with HTTP py. So HTTP py is to make a REST API. So those who use, for example, something like uh, Postman, you can use HTTP py also. So this guy, if you see this, so this is how we are going to invoke the REST API endpoint. And so few things here. So basically what we are going to do is we are not providing LangExtract any sort of direct parameters, but what we will do is we will have this snippet of JSON built, which we will be templateizing, and we are going to use it for our future use cases. So here, for example, what we are going to do is we will have all the things which are needed to invoke LangExtract and let it learn. We'll put it in a JSON file. So here, for example, for merger acquisition, I have the prompt, like extract every merger acquisition thing into different entities. So basically this is nothing but a task. So you are just trying to say, extract whatever is relevant in news from you know the news article which is provided. The other thing which we need is some examples. So we have provided one example. Again, we can make the system more robust by providing more examples. Again, this is what we call as one shot learning. You can have few shot learning where you can have more examples. So what here we did was we provided it a basic sample or basic news article, something like this, and we said that who is the acquirer. So Gildan is the acquirer. We said which is the target. So the company which is acquiring is Gildan. Then we said which is the target, which is the company it is acquiring. It is acquiring this particular brand, and what is the text. We are saying this is the text. So this is what it is going to learn from. Again, you can provide more examples to make the system more robust. Same kind of thing can be used for other domains also. So rather than using merger acquisition, you can have something like legal domain also, and all this code is available. So you just need to make few changes and you are ready to go. And what we are doing is all the utilities to read and give the results are here in the this specific file called LangExtract utils. So you read all these templates and then provide all the results using this specific utility. So you just need to invoke this, and everything is pretty simple. So for example, here is the main fast API where we are using LangExtract. So again, I'm not going into much more details. If you see, there are only two endpoints, which is a simple home endpoint or root endpoint which says okay, I'm running. Then what we have is an actual endpoint where we call something called extract, and here what we are doing is we are getting the text, which is again the new snippet. And then we have the option to select whether we will have to use Gemini Flash or we will be using GPT-4 or Mini. So here in the sample environment file, if you provide LangExtract API key, which means it is going to use Gemini. If you provide open API keys, it is going to use GPT-4 or Mini. Again, somebody can change this code, and it will be pretty easy to invoke other models also from other providers or from the same providers. So what you do is nothing but you call this utility function, provide it some parameters, and it gives you the result. And this is how does it look like. So I will again going to run it for one of the endpoints. So I'm, as I said, this is this uh, REST API point endpoint is running, and let me provide a news article. So for example, I can provide this news article. I'm just going to show. So here it is running. Let's say I just cleared it. I just provide this REST API endpoint, which is called extract. And again, I am providing it a text, which is, something which needs to be sent, and then it is going to identify different entities. So here is the answer. So this is how it interpreted it. So, the endpoint was invoked, it gave you the right results, and this is all the, the final response. How does it look like? So what it is going to do is it is, extracting things like acquirer, amount, and target. So if you see, this is the same example which was used for training, even though it failed. So rather than putting as 2.2 billion, it uses zero point 0.2 billion. Again, maybe we can change the model. So we are using Gemini, Flash. That's why maybe it is not able to capture it. Maybe we can give it more examples. It is going to, get much more better. But anyways, the idea was just to use this, provide a utility on top of this, so you can build all these ready to use JSON templates for any domain, and you are ready to go. So this is for it today. Thanks team, thanks for watching. Till next time, so I will be having more experiments on LangExtract, and I'm going to paste it here. Thanks team, bye.